Hey, what's up everyone? Tim here from Everyday Tactical Vids on a beautiful New Hampshire morning, and today we're looking at the Maxpedition Gridflux Sling Pack. So this is going to run you around $120 up to $150 depending on which color you get. So they do come in tan, black, and also this very nice gray. And what we'll do here is just go right to the pack, show you all the features, and I have used this, I've carried gear in it, and we'll tell you, some of the reasons why you may want to check this out as a pack for everyday carry, for going to the range, maybe even for getting out in the woods. So let's jump into it. Let's jump right into talking about some of the features. Here's your strap. You do have padding there, so very comfortable across the shoulder. And this is thin. If it gets too thin, it's uncomfortable. If it's too thick, it's uncomfortable. I find this width to be a really nice width. You got your QD buckle here, and then you have your additional option to basically give you more stability when you're carrying the pack. And then you do have basically a little retention ring here so that this extra piece of webbing is not flopping all over the place. So that's what it looks like when it's all set up with this strap and the additional strap as well. If you want to take this strap off, you just click this and take it out like so. One of the cool features of a sling pack in general is that you can usually grab it and bring it over in front of you like this. So now I've got access into this side compartment and I can get into the rest of the pack. They do have a handle here on the side, and you can use that to grab it out of your car. But again, if it's on your back like so, and you are reaching around to get to the sling pack, now you can grab onto that handle and bring it around right in front of you. On the outside, the most obvious thing is this new system. It's called the Atlas system. So it's kind of a new, sleek, lightweight version of MOLLE, so you can attach gear. You can see that you have these small slits here and then the larger ones as well. Very solid stitching, so stitched along here, and then you've got these circles in these different positions to really keep it secure. It's not going to fall off. And then also this as well. You can see also here we've got this honeycomb material, so that's going to be extra durable as well, but lightweight, so you're not adding a ton of extra weight even though it is very durable. What you're going to see as I go through the pack is I put a bunch of gear in here that's coming up for future reviews, so you're kind of getting a preview, but I just want to show you what it looks like to throw a bunch of things actually in the pack. One of the things I like most about this pack is this right here up on the top. So it's a, you have hook and loop here if you want to put a patch or something on there. It's a nice size pocket, folds down, it's got felt inside and felt here, and so because it's got the felt and also the material, it's malleable, but it's definitely harder, so that when you put this in a, throw it in the back of your car, it's not going to get crushed. So in here you can keep an iPhone, you can keep glasses, sunglasses, whatever it is that you want to keep safe. That's what this section is really designed for. You can also see more of this honeycomb material here. This is also see-through, and you're going to see this in a bunch of different spots on different Maxpedition packs from their new AGR line, so you can actually see the gear that's inside the pocket without having to pull back the pocket and look down in. Not just here, other section of this bag, and like I said, in other bags as well. So close that up, we'll get into this next section. This doesn't zip all the way down, the zippers stop here, and it comes all the way around this way. And then when this opens up, it kind of opens up at this angle, so it comes out here. You can see, unzip this, more of this honeycomb so you can see what's inside. Even if it's all zipped up, you know what's in your pocket. This kind of it's gray with kind of a whitish tinge, this material, so it's high vis, and you can see your items in contrast to that high vis in the background. Got a Benchmade knife here and a bunch of gloves from Ironclad, so those are coming up for future reviews. You do have elastic, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. Have a lanyard for some keys, and then you can put more gear in behind here. And again, you see that really pops that color, high vis, so you can see what's in the bag. Even if you're, it's a little bit dark and you only open it up halfway and you're looking down in like this, you got that nice high vis to give contrast between your items and the back of the material. Next up, let's talk about this side pocket. So you can see, again, that honeycomb material, very sturdy. Drain hole at the bottom. You can unzip this and it expands into being a water bottle holder. Now right now I just have some bug spray in there, but you can see again you got a clip, so that would go over your water bottle, clip it down, and now you can put your water bottle in there easily. If you're not using it, you can zip this up and get it out of the way. We also have this little thing, which is one of my favorite features on the whole bag. It's called a zipper garage, and you can put this in here. Let me get it all lined up first. You can put the zipper in there so it's not jumping all around, batting all around when you're walking, and it keeps it nice and quiet. So pocket there if you need it. If you don't want it, you don't have to use it because it's very nice, sleek, and compact. Okay, we're opening up to look into the main section, and you can see I got a lot of stuff in here. Let's talk about the back panel of this right here. So you've got a long zipper here for storage inside there, another long zipper for storage inside these two sections. And when I unzip this, you can see, once again, you can see my hand through it. So store gear in there, you still know what it is, even though it's already zippered up and closed off, you can see through. And the same thing over here in this section. There is stitching, so you've got one section here and another section here. Close this up, unzip this, and this is felt, so you could certainly carry a tablet or something. I don't want to say felt, actually fleece in here, so you could actually carry a tablet or something like that in that section of the bag. We got a lot of gear here. I got some cool some additional glove mitten kind of combinations from Ironclad we're going to be reviewing. This is a mosquito net from the Friendly Swede. This is a car starter that's been stored in the bag. And then I've got an SC knife, which is coming up for another review soon. Again, high vis here in the back. You got an internal pocket there, so you can store things inside, just so you can see that. And then you have a zippered section here where you can store more gear. So as you can see, lots of storage space, and it's nice and squared off. It's not like it kind of all crumples on itself. So it keeps its form, whether it's totally filled or not. The more stuff you have it, obviously the better form it's gonna have. But I find some bags that kind of just collapse in on themselves. This one definitely keeps its shape, even when there's not a ton of gear inside it. Let's talk about the back side of the pack now. Padding here, padding here. Now this is extra padding, but even this section is slightly padded. But the main thing you notice is the shape here and then these cutouts here. That's gonna allow for airflow when it's resting against your back, and that's a really nice feature. Over here you've got padding. This rests on your hip, and then even in there you've got this honeycomb and then another little pocket to keep, you know, chapstick, gum, maybe a credit card, something like that. Do have the handle here, I already mentioned that, but that's nice and easy to grab. And then the other thing is you have a concealed carry compartment in here. Now I have the bag stuffed so full that it's actually kind of hard to get my hand fully in here, and that's just something to remember with any concealed carry pocket that's up against your back. If you have things so full, you're not gonna be able to actually store anything in that pocket. But it is high vis in there, and actually inside on the back side of this, there's kind of a felt material, and you can add hook and loop to that if you want to put a holster in there. So that's how that actually functions. And the one other thing I'll mention here is that this is the strap that comes up and goes across your chest to basically make it 3 points when you're carrying it. And if you don't want to use this, you can roll it up and slide it into this pocket so it's out of the way and not just kind of flopping around there. Just want to give you a quick look at, so we've got the pack opened, and here's another fleece line section that can take a hook and loop holster. So you got another CCW option as far as holding a pistol in here. You could do it there, or you could also, like I showed you earlier, do it in this zippered section of the pack as well. One other feature worth noting is you have these big zipper pulls, so you can really, you know, grab a hold of these easily to get the zippered sections open. And you can also see, like you have on a lot of luggage, you got these two loops that you can actually run a small lock through to you know, secure the bag so that no one's going to get into the bag if you don't want them in there. I'm going to wrap up here and give you a couple thoughts on the Gridflux. So let me tell you the one main thing I don't like about it, and then I can go into things I do like about it. There's definitely more that I like than opposed to this one main thing I'm not a big fan of. That main issue is this right here. So this band to control this extra webbing, again, when you push it all the way down to the side, it starts to fold this portion of the webbing on my side, and that's just not comfortable. So what has to happen for me, snip that part off, find a new way to retain this extra webbing, and then we'll be good to go. So Maxpedition in your next round, if you can expand that band, I think that'll be a major win. What are the things I do like about it? I do like the fact that you have some of those sections that are actually harder, sturdier, so you can keep an iPhone in there, glasses, things like that. So I think that's a major win. It's ergonomic. For me, it's the right size too when it comes to a sling pack. Some sling packs are so small I can't fit anything into them, and then other ones are so big that you put so much gear in it and then they just ride strangely. This one is, you know, 18 liters for me seems to be just about the right range. Probably 16 to 19 would be good for me, but 18 is definitely the size I want for a sling pack. I also like the look of the new advanced gear research line from Maxpedition. So it doesn't look as kind of tactical. You could wear this around, and I don't think it grabs nearly as much attention as being like a military style bag. Just looks kind of like a cool everyday carry bag that has maybe a little bit of a tactical feel, but I like that subtlety that they're going with in all the new advanced gear research line. The other thing I'll say is this, for an EDC pack, for me at least, generally I'm not carrying it all day long for extended amounts of time. Now that being said, because of the ergonomics of this pack and also the breathability of that section that's resting right up against your back, it's padded, but it's got those airflow, basically cutouts so the air can get in there so you don't get too hot. I find this a very comfortable pack to wear. And you know, so if you're like, yeah, maybe Tim, you don't use an EDC pack all day long, but I gotta walk a lot of, many blocks in the city to work, or I'm carrying a bag all day long. I do find this one to be very comfortable. So that's definitely a win if you're somebody who's carrying a pack for a long time. So it's probably pretty obvious I do like the pack. It's also probably pretty obvious who I think this pack is for. So everyday carry, going to the office, going to work. Is this a hiking pack? It's comfortable enough that I would use it for maybe a short hike, but in general for me, if I'm gonna use a pack for hiking, I want 2 straps as opposed to 1 strap. I don't need quick access to, sling the bag around to get into something that often. So 2 straps for me is more comfortable, and just functionally that works better. So because Maxpedition has this new advanced gear research line, they do have packs with 2 straps. So, maybe next round of reviews when I connect with Maxpedition, we'll look at something like that. Right now I'm shooting this video in October 2016, so just around the corner is SHOT Show 2017, and certainly I'll be in conversation with my friends over at Maxpedition to see what they are interested in having reviewed, or maybe some new things that they want to talk about or promote. So stay tuned for that as we move into 2017. But the Gridflux, if you're willing to invest the money and you're looking for a sling pack that I think has a lot of nice features and just really needs one tweak that I think could take it to another level, I would encourage you to check this out. Links are down below, so you can head over to Amazon and pick up one of these bags or any other gear. Any purchases through those links that you find in the description section when you go over to Amazon will help support the Everyday Tactical Vids channel. And I'll also put a link to Maxpedition down there as well, so you can head over to their website and dig into their gear a little bit more and find out about it. Thanks as always for checking out the reviews. Please subscribe to Everyday Tactical Vids if you have not done so already here on YouTube. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, check us on Instagram and Tumblr as well. Take care.